Ladies and gentlemen, Hazbin Hotel is coming out very, very soon on Amazon Prime. People are very excited that it's happening because, in my humble opinion, Hazbin Hotel's freaking awesome. However, a lot of people don't see that the same way. You see, let me tell you something about people on the internet that have public personalities and that do things that are relatively edgy. They get so much hate and harassment for it. It happened to me. It happens to freaking Vivziepop. And, you know, it even happens to wholesome people like Joe Cat, who's unfortunately quitting YouTube because he's getting harassed off the internet and it's a travesty. So, right now, Hazbin Hotel is getting insane amounts of crazy hate for their Alister situation. Now, again, I never knew that this was a thing. However, Vivziepop is being called racist for making Alister a character in Hazbin Hotel because he based Hazbin Hotel, she based Alister off Voodoo. I never in my life thought that this was a cause for calling her racist. This story is insane. Insane. All right, we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna cover it, and we're gonna be too real about it because unfortunately, there's no one on Twitter that's real about this shit because it's just a mindless hate pool, and no one actually wants to see positivity there. Let's jump right into it. All right, let's go.
Since the release of the Hazbin Hotel pilot back in 2019, one of the most contentious characters has been Alister. He's
Alister, by the way, just saying, would.
A fan favorite, but also has a complicated lore and backstory.
I freaking love Alister! God damn! Why you gotta cancel my boy?
In the past few days, a situation has unfolded regarding him, Vivzi's depiction of him, along with recent Hazbin trading cards. In this video, I'll create a timeline of what happened, discuss it a little, and provide some concluding thoughts.
I'm gonna get canceled for my take on this. Oh, fuck, am I gonna get blasted? And you know what? We do what we can. We do our best.
So, on the 22nd of December, a tweet was made titled, "Everyone involved in this is going straight to super hell."
Fuck, bro. Okay, 8,000 likes. I don't even know what... When I saw this... okay, people are going to super hell for this tweet. I don't even know what's wrong.
The tweet ended up getting 8k likes and 3.9 million views. After this, a conversation was sparked around Alister and his depiction in the show. One tweet says, "If you're a white artist, writer, or anything, do not use Voodoo at all in your works anymore. Y'all keep effing it up and we gotta take it away."
27,000 likes, by the way. It's a little cut off on the screen because it's at the bottom. 27,000 likes on this tweet. If you're a white artist, writer, or anything, don't use Voodoo at all in your works. I didn't know that this is like a thing where just because you're in a certain culture, okay? Is every other culture now off limits for you to talk about? If I'm a white person writing a story, am I not allowed to have religions that I am not part of in the story? What kind of a rule is this? Like, I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Are white creators not allowed to have Jews in their story? It's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's like, can you imagine a story, all right, a white guy makes a whole universe with 0 black characters, they get hate. But if they use a religion that they're not a part of, they get hate? I don't even know. First of all, just saying, I didn't even know Voodoo was a religion. This is like eye-opening Nuxanor lore, okay? Dude, I love looking into different religious stuff. It's like my favorite thing. I had no idea Voodoo was a religion.
Do not use Voodoo at all in your works anymore. Y'all keep effing it up and we gotta take it away. Another says, white people, after being one of the main reasons why Voodoo as a religion has a negative stigma of being associated with evil, just to appropriate it and misuse it for themselves.
What does that exactly mean? Appropriate it and misuse it for themselves? It's not like they're doing Voodoo, they're just talking about it in fiction.
One says, wanted to add that the demonization of Voodoo dates back to slavery in the US, emerging out of fear from slaveholders that it would cause the Africans and African Americans then enslaved to rise up against them. Alister's evil portrayal with Voodoo is a continuation of the demonization started by slaveholders 200 plus years ago.
Dude, you know that Alister's like the fan favorite character, right? You know that people love Alister. Literally the fan favorite character.
This should not be tolerated. People aren't calling this out because they're sensitive or want attention. They are calling this out because this is a genuine racist portrayal of a minority group, culture, and religion.
I'm so confused.
One tweet says, Vivziepop said she will dial back on the Voodoo sigils out of respect, basically saying that Vivzi should have used fictional symbols. There were also tweets that brought up Alister's design. Many Twitter users created their own fan redesigns of Alister. So, from these tweets, the general consensus is that Vivzi's depiction of Alister is problematic for a couple of reasons. The first being Alister's design. Alister is canonically half Creole, but to some users they say his design doesn't reflect his culture or race enough. The second is
his design doesn't reflect his culture or race. Bro is a demon, like an actual demon.
His links with Voodoo. Voodoo is a closed religion, so you need permission to practice it. So
yeah, when I heard this, I was like, closed religion, permission to practice it. First of all, this isn't practicing it. Second of all, I don't understand what closed religion even means. Like, as far as my understanding of religion goes, I would think that religion is just a state of faith. I didn't think that you needed permission to be in one religion or the other. But then again, I don't know this shit, and I don't know. I don't know.
So it's unlikely that Vivzie got permission to depict Voodoo in this.
But she doesn't need permission to depict what? It's a closed religion, so you can't practice it without permission. So you can never talk about voodoo? Do you know how many things have voodoo dolls in them? Voodoo dolls are like one of the most common freaking fictional tropes ever. Why can you not depict that? And why is she getting hate for it when everyone can get away with voodoo? Scooby-Doo has voodoo in it. I don't see them canceling Scooby-Doo for it.
And lastly, there's some criticism because of the depiction of voodoo in the shows, such as Alister's trading card featuring real-life voodoo symbols. There was also a scene where...
Yeah, that was probably a Vivziepop L. She should have probably not used those exact symbols just for the sake of it. You are writing a fictional story. It's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You use different cultures and religions, you get hate for appropriating them. You don't use different cultures and religion, and you're a racist. Like, I don't understand.
Voodoo strings.
And that's why you can't take Twitter seriously. The end.
It's attached. So basically, people are saying that Vivzie and the show are stereotyping the religion as something negative. Following these discussions, people began to label Vivzie and the shows as racist. One such example being a TikTok that racked up over 60k likes with the caption, "Me when Vivziepop is actually like racist," and
dude, I get this fucking shit all the time. There's so many TikToks of me when I finally know Nux is a bad person and I can hate him out loud. I don't have to hide my hatred for him anymore.
Finally hate her unabashedly. The TikTok was eventually deleted. Comparisons started to be made about Alister and his similarities to Dr. Facilier, with tweets pointing out the depictions of both characters. One tweet was made saying, "I don't give a fuck if you guys like Has-Been or whatever the fuck, but if I see y'all defending the racist and anti-black decisions made by the show's writers, I'm blocking you. You guys should be able to..."
Oh no, I'm gonna get blocked by this guy. That's crazy. I don't see any anti-black decisions, but maybe this is coming from a place of ignorance on my part, okay? I would need to do research on this shit before making an actual opinion. However, based on what I saw, I didn't see anti-black decisions. Well, I don't know why depicting a religion is anti-black or anti any form of religion, to be honest.
To recognize when something is worthy of criticism with your favorite media, no excuses. Allegedly, Vivziepop blocked the user after this tweet, which...
See, Vivziepop has to stop freaking doing this, bro. You do realize it's just a receipt. It's a receipt. If you... God damn it, just mute. Don't block, just mute. God damn it, Vivziepop, for the love of God, stop doing this, please. I'm begging you. Stop reacting to this stuff. It'll disappear, maybe. And if not, not. But you're making it louder.
Started more discussion. People started to mention how Vivzie responds to criticism and uses Twitter in general. Others said that the issue should have been addressed by Viv. One example being a tweet featuring an edited 4chan meme template saying, "Gets criticized once, dies."
Yeah, it's a funny fucking meme. Like, let's be real here. That's pretty accurate. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty...
Again, poking fun at the way Viv responds to situations. Another quote retweet says, "Well, that's a wrap, folks. She's very much well aware and doesn't give a fuck about people of color."
I don't know if she doesn't give a fuck about people of color. They do, however, she does give a fuck about getting hated, obviously. It's a pretty big jump to see she's blocking someone that's hating on her and take that as an affirmation that she hates people of color. That's pretty crazy.
Allegedly, the new voice actor of Alister, Amir Talai, was sent harassment on Twitter. One Twitter user was also sent death threats over some tweets made about the situation. A little later, a Twitter thread...
Okay, death threats on Twitter are as plentiful as grains of sand, okay? Like, death threats on Twitter are basically just proving to you that you exist. I get daily death threats on Twitter. That said, for people that don't get daily death threats on Twitter, the first one is crazy. I still remember my first death threat. It was for saying that Deku is a bad protagonist from My Hero Academia. That day, I got my first death threat, and you know what? It still sits on me to this day. Someone saying, if I ever see you in real life, I will beat the hell out of you and murder you. And I sat there when I saw that first death threat I've ever received, and I thought, holy shit, this is actually really scary. That's very scary. But then when it happens a lot, it kind of just blends in together.
Thread was made titled, due to the controversy, here is a thread of Vivziepop's lovely people of colour character designs in her franchises. The thread features various designs from Viv's projects, ranging from Xenophobia to Hell of a Boss. The thread was quoted with, "None of the background characters in Hell of a Boss are hers, they're all done by her background artists. Give credit to them."
I mean, most of the characters in Hell of a Boss are, like, demons, right? I don't think Moxie or Millie or Blitz, like, they aren't people of color, but they're also not people of color. Like, let's...
Not her, which received over 6k likes. On the 25th, a tweet was made saying, "How is anyone surprised that Viv makes racist stereotypes when she posts on her Instagram? Her enjoying Starbucks, McDonald's and KFC, companies that support the genocide of Palestine. Girlie doesn't even care about real people of colour."
What the hell? What kind of an accusation is this? Of course Vivziepop's racist. She goes to Starbucks, which supports Israel. Wow!
So that's everything covered so far. As for my thoughts, I think it's an incredibly complex issue. Myself and many others aren't experts on these topics, so it's not necessarily our place to make a definitive statement on the matter. There definitely is some discussion to be had, and I think it's good to discuss this criticism in a positive manner. Unfortunately, there was harassment and death threats being thrown around, and it's completely uncalled for. People should be able to discuss these ideas without being sent harassment. There was a Medium article made back in 2020 on this exact topic with that.
See, I get it. I don't know anything about voodoo as a religion, and I definitely need to do some research before actually making massive claims or anything. I'm just saying I don't see this and say she's racist. I think at worst she's ignorant. At worst she's ignorant, and saying that, oh, she ate KFC, probably racist. Like, that's a real brain dead take right there. Like, I don't know why depicting things that are not part of your culture is counted as racist or appropriation. Like, I don't get that logic. I've mentioned this before, and I've gotten hate for it before, but I really want someone to explain to me why cultural appropriation is bad. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. I guess monetizing it in some way, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. I wish I could, someone could explain it to me.
Such as the dolls and pins. At the bottom of the article, it says the same sort of sentiment I had, that it would have been better if Alister instead used fictional symbols.
Oh, I agree. I actually do agree with that take, and I mentioned this earlier. It would have been nice if she would have made fictional symbols. That was probably just a dumb choice on her part. But again, I think that stems from ignorance. It doesn't stem from racism. I don't think she hates black people because she has Alister using voodoo symbols.
Perhaps deer related. With the show releasing in January and the trading cards already out, it means these sort of discussions will continue into the future, and it's unlikely that anything will be changed.
Yeah.
So that's everything I wanted to talk about. If you have any thoughts on the situation, I'd love for you to leave them in the comments section down below.
Yeah, I appreciate you, A. Lamau. You're really cool about covering this stuff. I appreciate how open you are to both sides and how cool you are about me reacting to your shit and dropping my 2 cents. All in all, this situation really sucks. It really sucks. And I hope no one's actually offended by this. I can't understand people being offended by this. You know how many stupid little cartoons there are of Jewish black magic? When I see that shit, I literally laugh. Maybe it's my edgy sense of humor, okay? That is maybe my edgy sense of humor, but it's like, ah, yes, he's using his Jewish black magic. Dude, that's funny as hell. But again, that's my perspective. This situation's just insane. I wish I understood better so that I could actually have some sort of formulated opinion, but in my mind, using a different culture in your work and not disrespecting the culture, again, like, if we recognize a culture as an existing culture, then that means that there are going to be good people in that culture, and there are going to be bad people in that culture. Like, literally everywhere. That there are good Jews and there are bad Jews, just like there's gonna be good black people and bad black people, and good white people and bad white people, right? I feel like this is just humans. So I don't know if this is an example of being racist, just because, aside from the fact that Alister's freaking awesome. I love that guy. He's literally my favorite character. Like, if anything, this is dope. I don't know, maybe that's my cringe take on this. I don't know. Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Stay weird, fam.